Hello, in this video I am going to be talking about, is it possible for you to lean into winter, and especially these last few weeks and months of winter, depending where you are living? Is it possible that you can really lean into that to help support and restore your nervous system during this season? Now, this video is not a substitute for medical advice, especially if you're someone that suffers from SAD, which is, seasonal affective disorder. Of course, then you will need to see a medical licensed professional. I'm just sharing my own personal experience about this and my perspective on this as a fellow human that is also on a healing journey that works in the field of nervous system regulation, and the conversations that I had with my friends this weekend and how we're all feeling about this final month or so of the cooler weather, the winter weather here where I live in Vietnam. And if there's anything in this video that you know, you feel some activation from what I'm talking about in this video, this is trauma informed, so I do want to let you know that you can press pause and return to it whenever you feel that you have the capacity to engage with this content. There's no obligation to continue. So the conversation that I had with my friends this weekend was how we went out for dinner, and we did this for a very short period of time. So we literally met for about 60 minutes. We all agreed that we didn't want to hang out too long, that we just wanted to have a nice dinner together and then go home. And then everybody that I know this weekend has also decided, like, not to do anything this weekend, not going out. Everyone is resting and relaxing. And when we were talking about this, we were all in agreement that it was because we know that spring is around the corner. So here in Hanoi, in Vietnam, we do have cold weather in the winter, but that typically ends around about March, which is a month or so away from now, and it comes back hard and fast. It goes from being cool weather and cold even, to being very hot in the space of a week. It will jump up to 35 degrees plus again, and my nervous system and everybody else's nervous systems that's experienced this a few times is weary of this, because it is such a quick shift. Now I know it's much slower around other parts of the world, but it goes talking about like the need to lean into these last few weeks to restore and to repair and prepare for the warmer seasons. And as we are human, we are all natural beings, we are part of nature. Everything in nature naturally lives by these seasons and cycles that we go through on an annual basis, on a monthly basis, on a daily basis. So whether that be the seasons of winter, summer, spring and autumn, or whether that be if you're a menstruating person, your monthly menstrual cycle, or whether if you are a man and you have a 24-hour hormonal cycle, and we all have a 24-hour cycle from day to night. And just the way that we rest at nighttime and we are active during the daytime, that's the reason that the seasons are there as well. We are more active and social during the spring and the summer, and so is the planet. And then the planet needs to rest and recover and restore during the winter. However, because of the way that we live in today's society, it makes it really difficult for us to do that. And we're conditioned to believe that we always need to be productive and proactive and on and doing things. And that's not the vibe I'm going for in this last month before spring comes in. I'm really allowing myself, I'm giving myself permission to really slow down for the next month or so and lean in to this restorative season, the remaining time that's left of this restorative season. And I'm not suggesting that you don't do any healing work, or you don't rest during the summer. Of course not. I still maintain my daily practices as well, but I do feel that shift, that natural shift in my nervous system between like feeling much more comfortable and naturally drawn to resting during winter, and more naturally drawn to feeling like I want to do something when the sun's out, when it's brighter for longer, when the daytime hours are longer than what they are in winter. So I'm not suggesting that you don't do any reflecting or resting during the summer, but it is it's our natural way of being to lean into that, like the rest of nature, during the winter. And if you haven't done that so far, and reflecting on that personally, I think I've done a bit of it, but now I'm like, oh, there's only a month or so left and I'm going to go at this with more intentionally, which is what prompted me to make this video. And yeah, I'm just looking at my notes here. I think that if you look at winter and giving yourself this permission to downregulate, to rest, to restore during this time, it's actually preparation. It's a way that you are preparing to go into the next season feeling more physically, mentally, and emotionally resourced for it, as opposed to just keeping going at the same pace all the way throughout the year, which can and often does lead to a burnout of sorts. So that's all I've got to say on that, I think, pretty much. And I'd love to hear your perspective, your experience and about this too. Please go ahead and put any questions, any thoughts, any concerns that you might have in the comments section. If there's things that you think I could have added into this video, I'd love to hear that too. Consider liking the channel, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this video with a friend. And if you are someone that is on their healing journey and you are looking for support with that, my name is Donna Louise, and I am a trauma-trained somatic practitioner, a functional breathwork coach, a clinical EFT practitioner, and a trainee counsellor. And I help people to get out of survival mode, to restore their nervous system, and to reconnect with themselves again. Thank you very much for being here, and until the next video, take very good care.